Clearly, you're in a much better run of form going into the Cup, and that must give you a lot of confidence, the one defeat in recent weeks. How do you approach it? Do you have to treat it the same, or is it always going to be different because A, it's the Cup, and B, you've got a non-league opponent away from home?
No, I think first and foremost, credit to them. They are where they are through their hard work, and obviously they've done really well, and credit to them, and you've got to give them the utmost respect. They deserve to be there just as much as us. So come Saturday, it's a plain field, and it's 11v11, and no, it's going to be a tough test. Like I'm saying, it's going to be a big game for them, a big occasion, and they'll be rearing to go, and we've got to match that energy first and foremost, which we will. That's been the message all this week. It's about it's 11v11. Like I said, pay them much respect and go do our game.
Played in that kind of atmosphere, they're probably going to get a record crowd. It's one of the biggest games in their history, first time they've ever been in the first round of the Cup. Is that something to enjoy, or is it something to be wary of because you know that people are turning up hoping you lose? No,
it's like you're saying, it's just like playing away from home. Whenever you go to a place away from home, I know it's a little bit bigger because it's the FA Cup, but it's playing away from home. It's going to be a lot of their fans, and maybe I don't know the pitch too much, but maybe it's a little bit closer. You'll be able to hear the fans, and that's something you just got to embrace. But at the end of the day, 3 o'clock, you've got a job to do. You've got to focus and zone in and get the job done.
How much of a difference will the actual pitch make? You don't play on 3G in the Football League, of course. I'm sure you train on it a fair bit. Does it take some adjustment? Are artificial pitches all different? Are they largely the same? How's it work?
I don't think you can read into it too much. End of the day, we're professional footballers, and we've got a job to do. And like you say, we do train on it. We've trained on it a little bit, and now it might cause problems here, there, but they've got exactly the same problem as well. So I think at the end of the day, we just got to focus on our job and go out there and be as professional as possible.
As a player at League Two level, is it strange to go into a game of football, as you say, 11v11 on a level playing field, but being the Goliath in that David Goliath scenario?
Again, I've always been a big on play the occasion. I mean, don't play the occasion, play the game. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's another situation. Like I said, is you can't look too much into you're playing against and that, because at the end of the day, like I'm saying, is they deserve to be there. They are where they are, and they'll give it everything they've got. So if anything, these games could end up being tougher than playing against the so-called big teams. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, it's all about mindset for us. It's all about how we approach it, making sure we prepare right and we do everything properly. If we do, then obviously we'll give them a good test.
How's the FA Cup been for you in your career?
Okay. I've never got too far in it, but no, it's been all right. I've had some good nights. I think that's what the FA Cup's all about, especially for clubs like Aki and other clubs around this level. It's see how far you can go, see if you can get one of the big teams, and have a day to remember, a night to remember, whichever one it is. And I think that's what we want. Obviously, it's good for the club financially and stuff, and anyway we can help. And like saying, we've got young lads in that dressing room. We want to push on, and FA Cup's got massive history in this country, and we want to kick on and try to do as best we can.
Looking at the bigger picture, is it about momentum? Is it about continuing what you've been doing recently? Just the one defeat in recent weeks. I think October's been a really good month. Do you have to try and go into another competition and keep that run going?
Yeah, like you said, momentum's massive, and like saying, it's been a big push in the changing room. Mindsets have changed. Everyone, not just the players, the staff, everyone's been clicking in. You can name physios like Connor, Big John, not Doolan, the physio John, and they've all been pushing in the right direction, pushing us. Scholesy, everyone's been that camaraderie. We've all been pushing behind each other, and we've all been pushing each other and to gain that momentum, like I said, and it's been really good. It's been a nice feeling. Do you know what I mean? Every game we're going into, and we feel like we can get something from it and proven. I think the run that we've been on as well is there's not been easy teams, and there's no easy game in football, I don't believe, but there have been the bigger teams, so-called bigger teams in the league, and I think we've been held on our own and more. We've been pushing above and even looking potentially like the better side. So like I say, momentum's massive, and hopefully we can kick on and we can take it into the FA Cup, and like I say, push on as far as we can and try to get one of those memorable nights.
What changed about that mindset?
I don't think anything changed. I think it's a lot of things. You can't really put it down to one thing. Like before we spoke and we were talking about it's fine margins. It's all about fine margins, and we weren't getting the rub of the green sometimes. Things weren't clicking, and I think us over time we've been sticking to it. It's that resilience. Like I say, in the dressing room, we've got massive amount of resilience. We didn't drop our heads when it wasn't going our way, when we weren't winning, even though when we felt like we should have been winning and stuff. We kept going. We stayed resilient, determined. We worked even harder, and I do believe as look, hard work generates luck for me, and we've been pushing in the right direction now, and things are starting to pay off. People are starting to click. You're starting to see relationships formed, and I think you can see with the fans and ourselves that team spirit's massive.
How much can, and this isn't really about old and young, it's more about experienced and inexperienced. How much can inexperienced guys have the tone set by experienced players, whether it's Sean Worley scoring a goal, Seamus Keneally making a tackle, Donald Love providing an assist, you heading 3,000 balls away like you did against Walsall? Does that, is it a lead by example thing? A little bit, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about the team, and I don't want to sound like it's cliche, people always say, but it is we had our part, we can in certain situations help the youngsters, the younger lads, I don't like calling them youngsters, the younger professionals, helping them in certain situations go through those tough spells, but also we bounce off them, the energy they show, the free spirit, the determination, we need them just as much. Do you know what I mean? Because we're getting older, so things are, and we need them sometimes to pull through. And like I said, is all you have to look at is at the moment, this is just personal to me, the back three that I'm in. I've got 20-year-old, 19-year-old, whichever, and honestly, the relationship we're building, the talking from them, and it makes all our jobs a hell of a lot easier. And that's what I said about relationships. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's the well-known saying is if you're old, well, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Do you know what I mean? So no, and as you can see out there, some of the young talent we've got is amazing. The gaffer always bangs on about it, and they're very lucky. They've got a manager and assistant here who, with that saying I just said, they'll follow through with it. And like you're saying, it's nice to see young lads coming through, playing league football, doing really well, and watching them hopefully go on with Aki or whoever and going on and making a career for themselves. So it's pleasing, and like you say, it's first and foremost they're doing the job out there, as proven recently. We've been getting some good results. Just on a personal note, how much are you enjoying it? I sort of joked there about the defensive display against Walsall, but that for me kind of summed up what you are about. It's old school proper defending, get it away, head it, kick it, block it. You seem to relish that. I pride myself on that. At the end of the day, like obviously when I was younger, it wasn't so much the centre half has to be amazing with the feet and hit diags and step in and stuff, even though I have got part of that in my game that I can do. But no, there's nothing more than I enjoy is defending my own box. Maybe you don't hear that anymore much, I don't know why, but no, I love heading things, I love kicking things, I love a 1v1 scrap, and like I was saying, is that if I can show the youngsters and they can learn that part, even though going forward they might not need it as much, but that part that I can help them out with it, then brilliant. But no, on a personal note, I'm happy. Like I was saying, I love working under the gaffer and the assistant, and we've got a great group of lads here. Honestly, the team spirit is amazing. The dressing room's always bouncing. Everyone gets along with everyone, so it's a pleasure to come in every day. And you've not scored for Accrington? No. Which was a surprise to me, given how big a threat you are at set pieces and stuff. Is that on the to-do list? Yeah, it's been on my to-do list for the last couple of years, to be fair. Is the amount of chances I get. Obviously, I'm quite dominant in both boxes. It's just, my dad always says it'll come and it'll come in flurries. So I'm hoping that it starts on obviously tomorrow. I can get that first one, and hopefully more can come. But the good thing for me is that I'm getting chances, I'm getting in there, and I'm getting my head on things, so hopefully it's just a matter of time.